I've got a very tight left gluteus maximus. I know from experience that this just happens over time with fatigue, lots of running, mountain biking, rock climbing, that sort of thing. The muscle gets shorter, tighter, but that then affects my gait, changes how I run, changes how tendons and muscles get loaded. And if I don't look after this, then I start to get pain in my right Achilles tendon as it gets a bit overloaded over time. So, to stay healthy, I have to pay attention towards getting tired and try and put length back into muscles. They're getting short. Limbering up before I build some flat pack furniture, which is exactly what I'm doing. Weather's horrible this morning, my body needs a rest. So I'm skipping the mountain biking. My brain also needs a rest. Not sure how to rest that. We'll come back to that in a minute, right? So as an athlete, because I was, run a cyclist, triathlete, climber for a long time, the way I got fast was by better understanding my body, better understanding the science, how to train, listening to my body, knowing when to rest, because you get fast when you're resting. I'm trying as I get older to listen to my brain and see when that needs resting, which is a lot harder. I've been doing this job for 20 years and it's the same cycle every year. So I tell the students when we start in September, the first term, the first block until Christmas is really, really tough. And it's not just tough on them, it's tough on me as well. I'm always exhausted by Christmas. And it's kind of, the first step is recognising that. The second step is doing something about it. The second step is quite hard. All right, bottom and top. Better get these the right way around. So when training my body, I've been using heart rate monitors since I was like 16, I think. And it's just one tool among many, right? Nowadays, we can measure HRV, heart rate variability. Your heart isn't like a metronome. It's not beating super evenly. There's a difference in the time interval between one beat and the next beat and the next. It's supposed to vary, right? The time between heartbeats is supposed to be variable, and it varies depending upon what you're doing. Now, this is, it's another one of those numbers that kind of gets used as a be-all and end-all. It's not. It's just another measurement. It's just another tool. It's just something else you can use. So I do keep an eye on my HRV to link it up with how I'm feeling, what's going on. It's another indicator that can tell me if I am tired. Am I feeling like this because I'm tired, or am I feeling like this because of another reason? So I do keep an eye on my HRV, because I always have done as an athlete, alongside all sorts of other statistics that I've used in the past, like acute training load, CTL, ATL, chronic training load. There are lots of ways of measuring your body. Looking at your HRV, it doesn't mean your magical vagus nerve is doing this, that, or the other. Anyway, when my Garmin also tells me I'm tired, that's kind of reassuring, right? If I'm not feeling quite myself, if I'm feeling a little bit off, and if I look at my numbers and I can see that my HRV has been tailing off over the weeks, that's another measurement alongside other measurements, and one of those measurements being how I'm feeling, what I've been doing recently, to build a picture of where I am and what I need to do, as in I need to rest and watch that HRV come back up again. It's, like I say, it's just another tool, another measurement that I use. And my watch agrees. It says I'm tired, which is how I'm feeling. That one's got holes in it, that one doesn't. Neither of these, oh, that one's got holes in it. Oh, that's the bottom. Does it matter which one is the bottom? The other thing that I've noticed over the years is that okay, so the more I work a lot, the more tired I get. But the more tired I get, it just doesn't always, it's not just about being tired, it also affects my happiness. Like, it's harder for me to be happy when I'm tired because I've been working a lot. Huh, that looks all right. It's not that I'm unhappy. Oh no, you could have gone then. It's just, it's harder to be happy. What I'm trying to say is that when I work a lot, I notice my brain gets tired and it has an effect on my mental health. A box! This is normal, right? We all go through ups and downs where we feel better and we don't feel so good. And you learn, I think, that sometimes it's okay to not feel good, and you can either wait it out and wait for things to change, or you can do something about it. See that? Right. I just had a really tough couple of weeks, but it's normal for this time of year. I couldn't tell you why I've had a tough couple of weeks. I mean, we've been doing a lot of teaching, a lot of extra courses, just a lot of teaching, running exams this week, but they're only formative, so not stressful. Sure, I'm travelling next week. That's not stressful. I like planning all that. That's cool. Giving some talks and stuff. Not stressed about that at all. Enjoying my work. Been seeing a lot of students. It's not stressful, but it's just a lot of work. And I tell students take rests, you know, and stuff during the day, and I'm actually very bad for doing that. I work a lot. I don't know how to not work. I like work. It just makes me tired. It's like training. When I'm training, it's a lot of work. It makes me better. I have to rest. I know how to rest my body. I'm not very good at resting my brain. I've always got so much work to do. Is it really echoey in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why have I got 2 left? Can I... did I just count those wrong, or have I missed something? Oh, so the way I... Oh, wrong way, that way. So the way I notice this is... I guess I noticed that I kind of get a bit more forgetful. I find it a bit harder to hold ideas in my head, and I have to be really well organised with notes, to-do lists, reminders, that sort of thing. Otherwise, I even lose my train of thought a little bit. I'm doing 2 things at once here. Anyway, oh yeah, so I work a lot. So when I'm not working, it feels weird. It feels like I should be doing something. The more tired I get because I've been doing a lot of work, the harder I find it to not work. Because when I stop working, instead of thinking, oh, I can relax, I can do this thing, I feel like I should be doing some work. So I often end up doing more work. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers. So as I've got older, I've noticed that physically I don't recover as quickly as I used to. So I can't train as much as I used to, which I think is expected. But I think I need to pace my brain a little bit better, which I have been doing. I've actually been delegating quite well, and sharing the load, which is good, right? But I need to find a way of pacing myself a bit better, and yet continuing to do all the work that I do. Physical exercise. Probably want a pair of those. Physical exercise is a big help for me when I am resting my brain. Playing video games is as well. Playing video games with friends is great. That's probably the the most distracted I get. I think, well, I've learned from ultra running as well that when you're going through a bad patch, just keep going, because the bad patch won't last forever. You will lift out of it and you'll start feeling better. With ultra running, you tend to feel better with lots of sugar and caffeine. The rest of life is similar. This year I'm possibly feeling pretty good because it is a little bit broken up by this trip. So I've got something to look forward to. A big part of travelling is planning the travelling. Apparently that planning ahead has as big an effect on your mental well-being as the travelling itself does. Should that be the other way around? There's no colours in the... Well, it's kind of... No. I've just realised I've built the whole thing upside down. It's the width of the runners. It's supposed to be the other way around, because the big draws are supposed to... the spacing's wrong. I gotta take it all apart and rebuild it all. Told you I was tired. Right. See you next week.